Hi everyone, I am Jack Red, and today I'm going to be reviewing a request. But before I get to what that is, I'm going to give you a quick update. I'm still watching One Piece, the Japanese version. I'm getting further in there. I so far have one yes for me to do the 4Kids dub on One Piece. If I get more, I'll probably do it, but I don't know yet. I don't really see me getting up on the episodes, so I'm gonna have to go with what I find out from people online and One Piece wiki and shit like that, if I end up doing that. Now, this request comes from a cousin of these two guys who helped me make the video. This one I'm talking about is basically the Tom and Jerry movie reveal. Now, their cousin wanted me to review the Sims series, but to be honest, I only played the first one, so I don't really know 2 and 3 offhand at all, so I just had to do 1 for this refill. So I'll give it my best go, and we'll see how this one turns out. To be honest, I actually played the Xbox version, but I lost it just that, and then I actually played the PC one. I gotta say, it's pretty damn good. I actually have played the version of the game where you get all 7 expansions. Holy shit, man. One bad thing about playing that version of the game is if you have a certain computer, it might take you days just to load the whole effing thing on your computer. If you don't think I'm serious, go try an old computer, get the game on there, and I'm pretty sure if you're unlucky, it's going to take you days just to play the game. It is just ridiculous, but you got to figure all the shit you're getting. It's a lot. It is really a lot. Now, I'm going to explain how the game actually works. And I gotta say, it's one of the most original concepts for a video game I have ever heard of. Similar to Sin City, where you can control basically what's going on in the city and shit like that. You're basically controlling a family that's in a house. You can also control other houses in the neighborhood. And if you have the expansions, you get more areas to go and more stuff to unlock, and a lot more you can do. It makes you feel like you're in this little world, and you can do so much. Like, you can clean up the house, you can exercise, you can watch TV, you can have your friends over, you can actually make love, and a lot more. It was really an awesome idea for a game. It is currently the most sold PC game of all time, and for all the right reasons. I don't really doubt that it would be topped soon by World of Warcraft, which is extremely popular. And to be honest, I have played a little bit of that. I'm not too into it, but my brother is actually really into that with his girlfriend. And they would both tell you that the game is really addicting. I mean, if you try to get them something like Counter-Strike and stuff, they would just play. But anyway, back to The Sims. What I love about The Sims is that it kind of makes you feel like you can do whatever you want, basically. It feels like real life. It feels like you don't have to die and then you just start over and stuff. You can actually keep going. You can create more families. You can actually get mods and make them look like popular characters. Like, you can make it look like Beavis and Butthead Looney Tunes characters and other shit like that. You can just do so much with this. You can even get stuff modded on there. Like, you can actually get this thing where it energizes your characters. It's pretty awesome. I gotta say, it's one of the most creative games I have ever played. Probably my favorite by the company, and most importantly, it's probably one of those games you can play for hours upon hours, enjoying yourself, looking at what they're doing. But I do have some complaints to the game that I would like to state, and I gotta warn you, I will probably get a little pissed about probably 1 or 2 of them. So let's get into that too. Okay, here's my first problem. When your character dies, basically, you have a brief moment to basically get the character to get to death. If you don't do it in time, your character stays dead, and what happens is, if you don't move their grave, then you can actually get haunted by the person that died. If you do get to that person in time, they become a zombie, which looks like their characters have their skins all green, and if they die again, they stay dead. Anyway, it kind of makes you wonder exactly what is right here. Should you just let him die, or should you bring him back? It just confuses you. I know in the PC version that you don't pretty much get this option. I know there's probably a mod that you could do so, but I'm talking about the Xbox version with this, and possibly Sims 2, maybe Sims 3. So another problem I did notice is if you get into another fight with the Sims way too much, either you or that Sims will leave, and what will happen is you don't know if your Sim is still in the game until like he comes out of nowhere. And then here's the thing, you don't even know if he's still in the neighborhood, so you don't know if he's like in an existing neighborhood. It just never made sense to me, really. Like, I've been wondering, where the hell did he go? Like, there's only like so many houses in this neighborhood, and yet you don't know what's beyond there. So it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, another problem I have is that this doesn't apply for Sims 2 or 3, but this just applies for the first one. Basically, you can only have an upstairs or downstairs. So pretty much, you gotta pick your poison. Do you want an upstairs or a downstairs? Or you can just leave it one floor. But I like how you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, you can put so much shit in there. It's just amazing. It is really, really amazing. But the thing that sucks is that you gotta pick between one or the other. I don't know why you have to do that. I mean, why couldn't you have both, even in the first Sims game? I mean, it just never made sense. Another thing that never made sense is they actually made a game called The Sims Online. That failed miserably. That's basically what if you made a massive online RPG with The Sims, and that was a failure. Now, I knew a friend that actually played The Sims Online. According to him, it actually sucks to no end. It was probably the worst Sims game ever made. I'm glad I never played the game, but I have seen it since I've seen a show called Portal. So I am kind of familiar how the game works. But of course, you know, since that was a show, you don't really see how the game works, but I have a basic idea how it does work. So, let's see, is there anything else that I really want to say about The Sims? I like how realistic it gets. Like, you can get a job, you can get promoted, you can get depromoted, you can actually have your kids go to school. But here's the thing that sucks with that. If they don't go to school for so much, they actually get taken to military school, and you probably will never see them again. Now, one thing I really love about The Sims is that this one, you don't grow old, which I like about it. But sadly, 2 and 3, you get that. But at least there was a cold to basically take them off. So I knew of this because I saw a friend of mine actually playing The Sims 2, and yeah. With that being said, I really like The Sims. It's one of my favorite games on the PC. It was okay for the Xbox One. I'm not saying it was like good or bad, but it was a pretty decent game on the Xbox. I just didn't like how it had a mission-based mode. I just never get that because that's not even featured in the PC one. PC one's like, okay, I'm gonna just do whatever I want. I don't care. You know, I'm just gonna do it, and that's what I like about it. You can spend so many days in the game buying new stuff. It's just so awesome. I definitely recommend The Sims for anyone who loves it. And I recommend Sin City to anyone who loves destroying cities and stuff. But the last thing I gotta say is, I'm a bigger fan of Sin City. I didn't play that much of the games, but I definitely enjoyed destroying stuff rather than just customizing the house and having a family and all that. I'm just more into destruction. So, I'm Jack Ray. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see y'all later.